see my screen and hear my voice clearly? Thank you. So let's start. So last session we have learned about RSI, MACD, pivots and volume, and now we will be learning about moving average, and there is two theories called as sitting and standing, and after that we will be entering into the trade setup, one or two trade setup, whichever is possible. Okay, so let me check the webinar students count. Okay, they are joining. Okay, let's start. Let's not wait for others. Okay. So we have moving averages. So now what we are going to learn is about moving averages. So moving average is a very important indicator. Moving average is a very important indicator. And for me, say like for example, everyone ask which indicator you give priority, or which stock you like, or which candlestick pattern is very important. So like that, if you ask me, moving average is a very, very important indicator. I trade on a strategy called as double average, and in that particular strategy that we'll be learning in the 18th or 20th session, that is from the day, and say like for example, we'll be learning that particular theory on the 18th or 20th session. So in that particular theory, only moving average is there, and nothing, no other indicators required, nothing is required to check with, there is no cross check is required. So only moving average is sufficient. So like that, moving average is a very, very important indicator, and just a minute. And say like for example, you cannot see any kind of any charts. If you see any analyst using doing some sort of technical analysis, so you cannot able to see a chart, even a single chart, without having a moving average. So moving average is such an important indicator. So let's understand what. So moving average. So what is moving average? So let's add the moving average in the trading terminal first. So you can see here, click on the indicators, add moving average. And can everyone able to see my screen? Mr. Srinivasa Rao, everything is clear. You have to check your site, sir. So afternoon in the clarification session, there was some bugs. So I switched over the system. So I didn't get the cable for connection. So I switched over the system. So I think it's sufficient. Audio is still breaking. I am helpless. So it's a Mac new PC, and audio is clear, video is clear. So AV is very much clear. So I think this is far sufficient internet for this webinar. So thank you. So anyone is having some sort of issues, please check with your end. So I'll not respond for these questions hereafter in today's session. Okay. So next. So coming back. So click on the moving average. And say for example, you can see here there is a period is there, and also there is something called as types. There are many types of moving average. One is simple, exponential, time series, triangular, variable, Vidya, weighted. So different types of moving average is there. We will be using only simple moving average. We will not be using any other moving average. And field is close. That means closing of the price, closing of the candle. And next is 50 moving average. I am taking this 50 moving average just for an example. And we have a color code. 50 moving averages, red color. So I have added this. So this moving average, what is the purpose of moving average in the sense? What is the purpose of moving average? When you see this, what is the purpose we add this moving average? Say like for example, when you see a chart like this, without this moving average, we can able to see uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. So we cannot able to identify that. We cannot identify that whether it's an uptrend or downtrend. So this simple moving average gives a small view that whatever, if the candle is below the moving average, so we assume this as downtrend. If the candle is above the moving average, we assume this as uptrend. So either buy side or sell side. Trend, only trend, not a place to buy, so that you can't expect that you can buy here. That is absolutely wrong. You can't go on short here. That is absolutely wrong. So it's a daily chart again. It's a daily chart. This simple moving average is easily make us to identify whether it's a uptrending market or downtrending market. Number one. So what is this moving average based upon? That means this is 50 moving average, 50. So 50 SMA in the sense 50 days close price. So there is a candle called as, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 everyday candle. Each and every day, whatever is the close price, sum up, say for example 50 days closing price, sum by 50. So this is the calculation. Actually, it is not required. Just for an example, just to understand in detail, I'm telling how this 50 days moving average is calculated in the sense 50 days close price of that particular stock or index, sum all the 50 days and divided by 50. Whatever is coming as a result, that is the 50-day moving average value. That is the 50 days moving average value. So that means 50 days once it is going to touch 50 days average. Select for example, if you can able to see here, if you can see here, February 20, it is less than 50 days. It was touching this line. It was touching this line. The current market price was touching this line. After that, it completely crashed. And now the 50-day average is 10,275. So if the current market price is coming and touching 10,275, that means it is coming and touching the 50 days average price. Similar like that, 200 days, 10 days, and 450 days. So this is the simple moving average, the description of the simple moving average. So the type of the moving average is simple, and moving average is nothing but a line drawn in between the charts. It's an automatic line drawn in between the charts so that it will smoothen the trend. That means you can see this place, it's like completely like it is a trending market only, but some may feel like that it is confusing. It's like a sideways market, but no, actually that was a trending phase. That is good. Actually this kind of market is actually good. You can see there is a good trend. Okay, so this line will make us easy to understand it's a downtrend. If the market comes below this price, we can understand that it's a downtrend, and above this we can understand it's a uptrend. Very simple. So how to identify that, all those things we will be learning in the upcoming sessions. Next, 50 days. So whatever we have learned is 50-day moving average. How to add the indicator? Very simple. Clear all. So now you can see there is a blank chart. Now we cannot, it's very difficult to understand whether it's uptrend or downtrend in this complete place. So when I add the 50-day moving average, for example, I am telling 50-day moving average. When I add the 50-day moving average, now I can able to understand easily. That this particular place is a uptrend and this particular place is a downtrend. Again uptrend, again uptrend, again downtrend. So this will show us the trend direction of the market. When you see this on a daily chart, when you see this add this moving average on a daily chart, we can understand the trend direction of the market. You can see here this particular place completely uptrend. In this place, if someone is telling market is downtrend, then I'll tell like he's absolutely having no idea about market. Now in this particular place, even here even here I'll tell you market is in downtrend only. It's not an uptrend. So far there is a small, for whatever the fall happened, you see here inverted A, the reversal is happening here. The reversal is happening here. Once it completes the retracement, again it will start bouncing, because the current economic situation is like this. So in very simple, this line makes us to understand whether it's an uptrend or downtrend. So any doubts, only don't ask what is the actual value, how to buy, how to sell, everything I'll teach you. That is for this session. How to add the moving average and what is the purpose of the moving average. This line will make us to understand whether the market is an uptrend or downtrend. Very simple. Trend identification. Clear. So next. Now, there are different scalings. So now again coming back, how we had a matrix in RSI. Same like that we are having a matrix in moving average also. Mehul, that is what I told you. How to identify trend identification, I'll explain you. Just an example I have taken with 50 MA. That's all. Which scaling to use, all those things I'll explain. So like that, like this 50 moving average, we have another 2-3 moving average. We'll see that. So metrics is very, very important. You can't simply take 55-day moving average. You can't simply take 77 days moving average. So like, how do we have denomination? 500 rupees, 2000 rupees, 200 rupees. So like that. So we have a denomination of moving average. The metrics is very important. So let's see one by one that. So 10 days moving average. So that means what is the average close price of the last 10 days? Sum up all the 10 days value divided by 10. So that is called as a 10 days moving average. 10 days moving average will not act as a support, will not act as a resistance. So let me add 10 days moving average. Moving average 10, and it's a green color. For us, the color coding is very, very important, because all the 2000 students have been taught in the same color criteria. For example, instead of 50 moving average, if you add, instead of red color for the 50 moving average, if you had pink color, and if you post the chart for analysis, they will understand that as a 100 moving average, and they will give you wrong suggestions. Okay, so coming back, so this green color is called as 10 moving average, 10 simple moving average. 10 moving average will not act as a support, will not act as a resistance. So again, coming back, what is support, what is resistance? Say like, for example, if you take this line as a moving average, any moving average other than 10, say like 50, it can be 50, 200, 450. So these are the three things we use. We don't use 100 moving average on a delivery strategy. Okay, so assume that this is a moving average. If the market is coming down, and touches the line, we expect a reversal, a bounce. So this is called a support. So moving average acts as a support, and also if the market from downtrend, if it is coming up and touch here, and we are expecting a reversal, which is called as resistance. And other thing also may happen. Market will come. It will not respect the moving average. It will simply go down without reversal. This is called as breakdown. Say like, it can also happen. See, it's like two sides of the coin. Either it has to reverse or it will go down. Say like, for example, coming from here, no trade, it has not respected the moving average, so it is going up. So this particular place, we don't have a trade. This particular trade, we will enter here. How to enter, where to put stop loss, I'll teach you. As of now, in simple, the moving average, if this is the moving average, this moving average will act as a support, and also the moving average will act as a resistance. Very simple. So what is the purpose of moving average adding in the chart? So that is the reason. The reason is moving average will act as a support, moving average will act as a resistance. For example, I'll show you the live charts. So where to entry, how to keep stop loss, that and all will be coming in the trade setup. So that we will see later. You can see in this particular place, just we are understanding the purpose why we are using moving average. You can see it's a breakout. There is no trade because it straight away went out. So you can see here it is coming down. So this is the place acted as a support and reversed. How to trade, I'll teach you later. Okay, so moving average is acting as a support. This particular place, moving average supposed to be act as a resistance and come down, but it did not happen. It broken the support and went up. I think we are going very clear. So next, let's see here. From top, moving average came down. Sorry, yes, market came down. Moving average acted as a support and reversed. After that, it's a breakdown, and again came here and tried to broke this particular level, did not acted. So moving average at this particular level acted resistance and market came down. So the same thing will happen with all the moving average starting from 50, 200, 450. So this is the role of moving average in stock market in the charts. So the moving average, whenever you see a chart where the moving average is there, it will try to support the stock and back. However, it's not necessary. It has to do all the time. So 10 is green. Again, add moving average. 200 should be blue. It should be a decent normal blue, and you can add 450 moving average. Black, if black is not available, you can add a dark brown or dark gray color. So something relevant to black. So you can see here 10 moving average, 50 moving average, 200 is blue, and 450 is black. So these all the moving average except 10 moving average, 10, 450 and sorry, 200, 450 and 50 will act as a support, will act as a resistance. Pivot will act as a support, will act as a resistance. RSI will act as a support, RSI will act as a resistance. Then how to trade with everything? So we have to trade with everything. We will see that now one by one. You can ask your questions after the session. Please hold on. You can see here the color code is available. 10 SMA green color, not important, but it is also important, but I'll explain you when. 50 SMA red color, important. 200 SMA blue color, more important. So say like for example 50, 200 and 450. So if you ask me which SMA is very important, 450 SMA is very important, but you will not get the indicators nearing 450 so easily. It will be very, very difficult. So very rarely it comes. So delete 450. In a chart, when you see 450, that is well and good. Or else we have screeners for 450 also. We will see that one by one. So as of now, we will go only by 50 and 200. So how to choose the stocks based on 50 and 200. So 10 days moving average will act as a support, will act as a resistance. It's a simple moving average. 10 days moving average will not act as a support, will not act as a resistance. I'm repeating, sorry. 10 days moving average will not act as a support, will not act as a resistance. Why? Because 10-day moving average will be running along with the charts, running along with the candles. I'll show you. You can see here 10 moving average will be along, it will be all the way, it will be running with the candles because it's a 10-day moving average. So average of 10 days, it will be running along with the candles. So we can rely on 10 days for trade. we can trade, but still the number of failures will be very, very high. The number of failures will be very, very high. So that is not we require. Next, 50 days moving average. 50 days moving average will act as a support. 50 days moving average will act as a resistance. Next, 200 days moving average will act as a support, and 200 moving average will act as a resistance. Next, never ever make an entry in the stock without the support of 50 or 200-day moving average. That means, let's read one by one. Okay, now you can see here. So let me delete this also. Just to make you understand, I'm deleting all other indicators. Okay, so I'm deleting. So now you can see here, as per this point, never make an entry in the stock without a support of 50 or 200 SMA. That means in this area, these areas, the 50 moving average and 200 moving average are very far from this particular place. It's very far from this particular place. So you cannot take an entry based on the support on moving average or resistance on moving average in these areas. So that is the reason we have a reversal patterns based on candlesticks, which is called as trade from bottom. So on sequentially, we will be studying based on from first. So these areas, don't make an entry if you don't have an entry based on without a candlestick, because moving average is very far. So this is like once in a while it occurs like this. It's so if you see this particular places, we cannot enter because there is no, you cannot enter here because moving average is very far. Both the moving averages very far. We might take an entry at this place. So trade from support. So this is the role of moving average. When the market comes near the moving average, and if we see a reversal, we can make an entry here with a stop loss of this. So exactly how much stop loss, all those things we will learn in the trade setup. So the concept is, don't make an entry in this place. So we don't have any reason to make an entry. In these kind of places. So never make an entry in the stock without a support of 50 or 200 SMA. We can also add 450 SMA. Never make an entry in a stock if the support is far away. It is very, very important. See this particular place. So say, like for example, you can see this as a small downtrend, but there is no support. Their support is like 300, 400 points away from the moving average, because we need some support, right? It's a downtrend. You can see this we can little bit consider. Because it's not so far. It's little bit considered. But you can't make an entry at this particular place because the line is very far. So don't make an entry in the stock or index if the support is far away. Next, this line we will be learning later. The ones which is highlighted we will be learning later. So this line I will come back while learning the trade setup. I'll explain you. 50 SMA and 200 SMA will be the stop loss for your trades. That means you can see here, if you are making, it's a proper support on moving average. When you make your entry at this particular place, you can keep the just below the 200 SMA as a stop loss. So the same line, the 200 MA line acts as a support, and the just above and below it acts as a resistance for stop loss. So what do we tell this? You can see here, when I make my entry, I can see there is a clear target till this moving average. And again, you can see there is a pakka resistance, and I can make my short here, positional short in future, and keep this place as a stop loss. Are we clear? It's not 150 SMA, it's 200 SMA and 200 SMA and 50 SMA, 200 SMA and 450 SMA. No need to draw anything. When you add the moving average, it will come, all the lines will come there by default. I'm just marking you the levels just to show you how to trade average. So you can see here, moving average is acting as a support, moving average is acting as a resistance, and the same can be kept as a stop loss. Say like for example, if you are entering here, you can keep this place as a stop loss, the previous candle low. And when you trade from the support or resistance of moving average, no need to see the candlestick pattern. It is just an example I am giving you, exactly where to enter, where to keep a stop loss. I am just explaining you the roles of, say like for example, if you are hiring one new person in your office, you should know what is the roles and responsibilities, right? That when we add a new person, new indicator in this particular chart, we are assigning the roles. What is the role? This moving average will act as a support for the falling stock and it will reverse. If the stock starts reversing, you can make your entry at this place and you can keep a stop loss. So how much work to give? What is the metrics? That we will see later in the trade setup. So we can keep this below this level as a stop loss. Same like that, when you make an entry here, the opposite moving average will act as a target. See, it has went and hit the target and again started reversing down, acting as a resistance. You can go for a short at this place. Entry, we get a short and keep this place as a stop loss. No need to see bullish or bearish reversal candlestick patterns here or here. It is not required. If it is there, that is well and good. If it is there, that is well and good. Say like for example, you see a doji here instead of this candle. If you see a doji here, that is excellent, no doubt. So it is an additional support. So no need to see a doji pattern or a reversal pattern in this particular place. So different stocks we will do later. Roll of 10 SMA, I didn't teach you, sir. Why you are worrying about that? Roll of 10 SMA, I'm just explaining about 10 SMA, 200 SMA and 50 SMA. You can see here. Entry just below this stop loss. So we can get a good positional trades based on this moving average line. Still, I'm telling you, just we are understanding what is the purpose of two moving average, and we have not learned how to trade based on this. Don't ask me how to trade based on this. 200, 450, 50, all are having same roles and responsibilities. Yes, without candlesticks, we can assume this is the support and resistance. Okay, so coming back. So market is coming down. It is completely going down. Do we have a trade here? Do we buy here? Do we buy here? Then why the question? We will not buy here because there is no sign of reversal. Market came down, right away it broken this line, it went down. There is no reversal at all. We will not buy because we know in red candle we will not buy. We will not sell also because we are looking sell pattern. We are looking at reversal pattern. Don't give me suggestions to see today's candle, yesterday's candle. Then it will be like I will go as per your wish, and subject will not be completed till I complete 30th batch. It will be keep on going on. You can see here. Now, market, that is Reliance is at resistance. Now, Reliance is at resistance. If breaking tomorrow, if it is breaking tomorrow and going up, next resistance is 200 SMA. And if it is breaking this, there is no trade. Other than that, if tomorrow, if Reliance is coming down, we will short here and we can keep a stop loss at this particular place. And same like that, if without reversal, if it is coming here and if it is taking a resistance here, we will short here and we will keep a stop loss just above this place. Don't forget to keep a stop loss. We will screwed very badly. Okay. Because if the zone is not maintained with stop loss properly, our capital will dissolve like anything. One or all the money will be gone. So coming back, let me complete these lines. Never make an entry in any stock if support is far away. 50 MA and 200 MA will be the stop loss for your trades. If there is no resistance, then we call this uncharted territory. That means now it's time to add all the indicators. Now it's time to add all the indicators. So now what I do is you save a template like this. You should save a template like this. It is very, very important. Number one, please do not ask questions. Allow me to complete the session. Allow me to complete the sessions. Okay. So now the indicators, whatever we have added here is 50 moving average, 200 moving average, 10 moving average, pivot point standard, not normal pivot point without shading, 450 moving average, volume underlay, RSI, MACD. So these are the indicators. It's a default indicator which has to be there in each and every chart for analysis. Now you can see, when you see, now we know the roles and responsibilities of every indicator. We know what is the purpose of, other than 10 moving average, we know what is the roles and responsibility of all the indicators. Now you can see there is a resistance for Reliance. There is a resistance on 50 moving average. There is a resistance on pivot, and the same, no, it's not a pivot, just a minute. Pivot is here. Now you can see here for Reliance, there is a clear resistance on 50 moving average and also 450 moving average. Will not allow the indicators will not so easily allow the stock to go above. So most likely Reliance has to reverse down. So that is my prediction. That is my analysis, not prediction. That is my analysis. There is no astrology in this, not prediction and all. My analysis is Reliance should come down, but also it can go up. Both the way it will happen. Both the way it will happen. But I will trade only if the Reliance is reversing down, and I'll keep a stop loss just above this level. I'll keep a stop loss and I'll go for a short. I will not buy above this. Are we clear? Because I know the direction for this stock. Direction is short trade. I'm expecting short trade on my analysis. So if it is going plus also, if it is going in positive, I will not trade. Next. So let's complete. We have not entered into trade setup as of now. Let's understand the nature of the indicators. So if there is no resistance, then we call this uncharted territory. That means another chart someone was discussing about. Now when you see here, this particular stock, say like for example, if you are buying here, there is a resistance here. This becomes a target 1, target 2, target 3. Technically, this is how we are calculating target 1, target 2, target 3. And whatever the target I told you, it is just a blind calculation, rough calculation. This is inverted V is rough calculation. as per technically, this is target 1, target 2, target 3. This is how it will be. Next. Just I'm trying to check one. Okay. Okay, now almost every stock is in trade from every stock is in from bottom. You can see here again technical is working. This particular place, the stock is not the market is not allowing the Axis Bank stock to go up because there is a resistance on pivot. Same thing happened here also. See here, resistance came down. Again resistance, it's a pivot coming down. It will not allow so easily for the stock to go up. So now coming back. Say like for example, this particular place, the stock is there. Stock is going, and above this area, there is no resistance at all. It has crossed 50, it has crossed 450, it has crossed 200. So then we call this as uncharted territory. So it has no resistance at all. We can tell like, I'll show you some examples of the previous things. You can take this particular stock. It has crossed all the congestions on this in this place. It has crossed the congestions in this place itself. You can see here. It has crossed all the congestions and it gave a breakout, and this is called as uncharted territory. That means there is no resistance for the stock, so it is free to move up. It is free to move up. That is the reason we used to tell, don't don't go for a short selling on a stock which is going on lifetime high, because it is having a free space to move. You can see here, it has crossed all the congestions and it started moving, again came down. It is moving just like that. So don't go and shop the stock at this particular place, no. So don't coming to the point, so this is called as uncharted territory. So wherever there is no resistance on the top, that is called as uncharted territory. Next, whenever a moving average takes support from another moving average, the stocks will high flyer. That is very rare criteria, but still we can see this particular place. Whenever the moving average, you can see 50 moving average taking a support on 200-day moving average, that particular point, the stock will high fly. But there may not be a proper entry point. That is the nature. Let's understand that is the nature. But that particular place, when it takes a support like this, the stock will be already on a up move. So we may not get a chance to entry, just a understanding purpose. Maybe in case if you might have entered in this place, assuming that there is a breakout on 50 SMA, and if you can, after that, you have entered here earlier itself, and after that you are seeing 50 moving averages taking a support on 200 moving average, then hold the position for higher target. Okay. So this is how it works. Okay, again, many irrelevant questions, very few questions, good, but still irrelevant questions. Please hold. We will discuss slowly. Whoever understood completely, don't reply anything, because the reason is many questions are there. Even that is also been counted as a question, one question. So it is very difficult to filter. So coming back. So whenever a moving average takes support from another moving average, the stock will will fly higher. Next, whenever you don't find a moving average to support for the stock, the previous or the prior swing low will act as a target or a support. So that means you can see here. Say like for example, you are making an entry at this particular place. So now stock is going. we don't know where to keep our target. Pivot is done, pivot, target 1 done, target 2 done, still you are holding position. Then what you can do is, for this particular entry, you can consider this as the final target. That is the previous swing high. Previous swing high, you can have a final target. Same like the previous swing low. So what is previous swing high, swing low? Let me explain you. Just for a better understanding, I am taking, say like for example, if you have made your entry at this place, this was the previous high for this particular Nifty. Say like for example, if you are entered here, if you are entering the positions at this particular place. Say like for example, if you have entered here, so you don't know what is the target. So you can assume this previous swing high as a target. You can hold it till this particular level. Okay. So next. So whenever you don't find, say just opposite support and also as resistance. Okay. It's like added point only. Don't trade on news. Don't trade on news. That is very, very important. Don't trade on news. So that we know, right? So let me delete that. So now let me see what is left out. Okay, when 10 SMA candle, so let's understand the 10 SMA purpose. Let's understand that later. Okay, it's in the trade setup. Now I'll do a small recap. So hold all your questions. I'll do a small recap. Hold all your questions. Okay, so that we can understand easily. It up 10 SMA does not have any values till now. Whatever the learning we have done, 10 SMA is not having any value. So don't ask any question based upon 10 SMA. Very clear. Okay. Just now I explained you previous swing high, previous swing low. If you make your positions here, you don't know where is the target. You are waiting for a higher target. You don't want to book profit here. You want a higher target. The previous swing high. Book your profit here. This is previous swing high, the uncharted territory. Same like that. You went for a short here. You went for a short here. You went for a short. So actually your stop loss is it. Again, you went for a short here. So you want to book a profit. So the previous swing low, this is the previous swing low. Book profit here. Clear? So this is called as previous swing high and previous swing low. So now let me start. Explain for last point, swing as a resistance. Sir, just now I told you, sir. Just now I told you. This is the, when you make an entry here, you keep this as a target. This will act as a resistance. Okay. So coming back, let me start from first. It is a plain chart. The purpose of adding moving averages, it will give you a small trend identification. It will give you a small trend identification. For example, blindly if I'm adding some moving average, say like assume that this is a moving average. So until the market is above this line, we consider as a uptrend. Until the market is below this line, we consider as a downtrend. Again, uptrend started, downtrend started. So this is called as, this is the purpose we are adding the moving average, just for a simple trend identification to reduce the noise from the market on the analyzing of trend direction. Okay, next. Okay, next. Moving average will act as a support. Moving average will act as a resistance. So what is moving average? I'm adding now 200-day moving average. Allow me to explain everything, then you can ask your questions. I'm teaching the same concept for 3 times. So the 200-day moving average, not only 200-day moving average, more than 10 SMA. More than 10 SMA, I'll recommend to analyze only from 50 SMA. Less than that is not a valid scaling. It's not a valid metric. Some will be trading with the 10:20, 20:30, 10:15, 15:20. So this and all is not a valid metric at all. So what is the purpose of adding moving average? Moving average will act as a support. So this is also a support. Select. This is also a support. This is also a support. So if this is the moving average, every time we can't expect exactly to touch and reverse. Every time it is not possible. So what happens? One time it will come here, it will reverse. One time it will break here, it will reverse. One time it will come and touch here, it will reverse. So everything is to be considered as a support. Same like that resistance. So if there is a moving average, one time it will go like this, it will come down. One time it will go. So there is no trade in this. One time it will come here, it will reverse. One time it will go here, it will reverse. One time it will touch here exactly, it will reverse. So I trade here, I trade here, I trade here, I trade here. So this is how we understand the role of the moving average. So now 50, 100, 50, 200, 50, 200, 450 will act as a support and also it will act as a resistance. 50, 200, 450 will act as a support, will act as a resistance. 50 being red color, the indicator, the moving average line is red color, and 200 is being blue color, and 450 is being black or brown, dark color, dark related to black or brown. You can keep it. Don't change the color. You'll straight away get wrong answers from our team member and also from the mentors. Okay. All this charts to be analyzed in daily time frame only. All these charts to be analyzed in daily time frame only. So now we have learned about moving average. So now what we have learned is the indicators. What we have learned is candlestick pattern, RSI, MACD, pivot, volume bar, that is color identification, moving average. So these are the indicators we have learned. Okay. So now how to trade with everything? How to trade with everything? Now let's come on the exclusion side. So today in clarifications, many were asking about the exclusions. So exclusions is, you can see here, candlestick. When candlestick is in buy, when you see a bullish reversal candle and RSI is buy, MACD is not ready, we can buy. Not required to see the MACD. When candlestick is in buy, RSI is in between 35 to 40. Yes, we can consider. MACD, if it is in buy, that is good. That is well and good. That means when candlestick is, there is a proper doji candlestick. There is a proper doji candlestick. And there is a 5% downtrend. And the breakout is happening on the next day. And you are ready to buy. By that time, the RSI is only 34, 35. Yes, we can buy. Okay, it is the exclusion. Don't do this every time. Don't do this every time. When you see a perfect candlestick, say like doji should be a doji, monkey should be a monkey. So in that case, we can take a deviation on this. Okay, next. Candlestick is buy, RSI is 55 to 60, not less than 55. You can buy. Not less than 55, you can buy. Candlestick pattern alone, you can buy, but it is little risky. For all stop losses mandatory. For all the trade, stop losses mandatory. Okay, so now when we do the analysis, what is required is we have to see all the last 3 months chart. So it's a good question. So you can see here, hold your questions. I have not completed. Hold your questions. When I take a stock like for example, I am taking, okay, when you open a chart like this, at least this much chart, that is at least 3 to 6 month chart you have to see, which is called as, I term it as environment. Hold your questions. Okay, you have to see the complete environment. This is very important. Now we know the roles and responsibilities of all the indicators. So just I'll analyze 4-5 stocks. Don't give me any stocks. Let me just pick it randomly. As of now, let me just repeat again. We have not learned to pick a trade and trade. Pick a method and trade. We are yet to learn. As of now, what we have did is we have learned the indicator separately. Okay, we have learned the indicator separately. So yet to learn, we are yet to learn how to trade. So now, if you see this particular chart, I'll just do a basic analysis. How do I review a chart? Let me see. It's from December. Yes, from December it is very important. 51. So it is in a bearish mode. MACD is in buy. So when I see here the current candlestick pattern, it's looking like a tweezer top, and it is not. It is looking like tweezer top, and I can able to understand there is a small resistance at this particular level. Next, there is a resistance on 50 moving average, and also there is a pivot. There is a resistance on 50 moving average, and also there is a pivot. So that means these two, when it comes into same place, it becomes 1 point stronger. So if there is only 50 moving average, that's fine. If there is only pivot, that's fine. So now it is like a 50 moving average plus pivot. So it is giving a stronger resistance. It is not a bearish engulfing, because bearish engulfing means the complete candle should be covered, the previous candle should be covered by the next candle. It is not a bearish engulfing. So that is the reason I told we should not fit the technicals into the chart stock which we like. Okay, there is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong. So coming back, now it is a no trading zone for me. So now when I will trade, if it is going and hitting, if this stock, tomorrow I want to trade Maruti, you should not have a mindset like that. Very clearly, I'm repeating. You should not have a mindset like that. Tomorrow I want to trade in Maruti. How can I trade? No, there is no trade. Either you should wait. It should touch the 50 moving average line, and it should reverse down. Then you go for a trade in Maruti. Next, if not, if it is hitting the 200 moving average line, and if it is reversing, I have a short trade. Other than that, if you see this particular stock, it is in the middle of the curve, top of the curve, bottom is over, it is entering in the middle zone. So I will not go for a buy until it comes in this criteria. Until it comes in this area, I will not buy. Are we clear? Next. So no questions. I'll just do, I'm just doing a sampling part. Just an experiment I'm doing. I'm taking all type of stocks. You can see December. From December it is there. I can see there is a complete resistance on the stock. I can see there is a complete resistance on the stock. Just a minute. I can see there is a complete resistance on the stock. Next, it has broken all the resistance. It has broken all the resistance, and it is in the uncharted territory. It is the uncharted territory. Yes. Next, RSI is 73. It is reversing. That is, it is already in the high mode. It is already in the high mode. The MACD also buy came, and it is already went up. So most probably I will not trade. Number one, unless I see a bearish reversal candlestick pattern, I will not trade in this particular chart. I will not trade in this particular stock. So let me see what else is there. So if you are already in long, you can expect, if you are already in long, you bought here, you bought here, you bought here, and if you are still holding the position here, then you can expect this as a target. But ideally, you should exit in the current market price itself. The reason is the stock is facing a huge resistance in the same place and could not able to break out above this level. So you can easily book profit if you are already holding a position. Okay, so two sampling is done. I think it's sufficient. Now we are entering into trade setup. Trade setup in the sense how to enter, how to screen the stock, how to enter, how to calculate stop loss, how to arrive a target, whether to trade in cash market only or future and option. So everything we are going to see, but mostly we will not see in future and option because that is yet to cover. That is yet to start. So after completing the trade setup, we will enter into future and options. Before that, I want to take you through one more criteria. Okay, sitting and standing is not there. Okay, fine. Now what we'll do is we'll cover 3 trade setups. So trade from bottom. Okay, so we have 4 trade setups. Setup, trade from bottom, trade from top. Trade from bottom is for long, that is for buying. Trade from top is for selling, that is for short selling. Trade from support is again for buying. Trade from resistance is for selling. So along with the trade with moving average. So let's see one by one. So trade from bottom. Stop loss will be the current trend low. Okay, stop loss will be the current trend low. So first let's learn the theory part, then we will enter into the screening of the stocks and execution. So trade from bottom, stop loss will be current trend low. That means it should have given. So okay, what I'll do is let me show you in a picture so that after that we will enter into live charts. You can see this particular place. Already we have learned how to trade based on this. Am I right or not? Already we know how to trade based on this. Very simple. It's a complete downtrend. It's a complete downtrend more than 5%. Minimum, the fall should be more than 5%. And more or less, the reversal candlestick pattern should be at the end of downtrend. That means if there is a downtrend, the signal candle should be at the end of downtrend. So this is called a signal candle. Even if it is not there, that's fine. 1 or 2 candle is there, and after that you are getting a doji. Yes, that is fine. Not very flat momentum, not a big flat momentum. After a short flat momentum, say like 2 or 3 days, it's in the same place. After that you are getting a doji or bullish engulfing, or you are getting a hammer. That's fine. And we have to buy just above the signal candle on the next trading day. Next trading day we are supposed to buy, and the day when we are buying, the candle should be in green, and the day we are buying, the candle should be in green, and the volume bar also should be in green. And at the same time, this is exactly trading only with candlestick patterns. This is exactly trading only with candlestick patterns. At the same time, when you see, the RSI should be at least 35 and above. 35 and above, and also MACD, possibly it should be favorable. Even if it is not there, that is fine. So let's read it. Theoretically, we have seen this. So let's read it on the document what is written. Price should be at the end of significant downtrend, 5% or more in the last 10 to 15 days daily candle. It's a daily candle, and in the last 10 to 15 days there should be a 10 to 15 days there should be a downtrend. It is mandatory. You can see here, this cannot be compromised. This cannot be compromised. At least in the last 10 to 15 days, there should be a 5% or more, there should be a downtrend. So assume that in the last 10 to 15 days, there is only a downtrend of only 3%. What is the problem? But if there is only 3%, you will get only 1.5%. What is the purpose of taking a trade with a delivery trading of 1.5%? Like no use. So at least there should be a downtrend of 5%. Next, a bullish reversal candle should be formed. Doji, pin bar in the sense, whatever we tell hammer, inverted hammer, that is called as pin bar. So what is mentioned? Okay, let's tell like a bullish reversal candle should be formed. So we know that what is bullish reversal candle. Doji, hammer, inverted hammer, tweezer bottom. So that is what is mentioned. I just got confused. Tweezer bottom, bullish engulfing. So these all are reversal candle. This is also mandatory. I'm repeating, candlestick, the downtrend of more than 5% is mandatory, and a bullish reversal candlestick pattern is mandatory, and it should match minimum 85%. It should match minimum 85%. Don't consider the hammer which is having 1:1 ratio on the body and the tail. No, that is not to be considered. Don't consider the hammer which is above, there is 1% tail, 1% body, 1% tail below. No, that is not to be considered. We cannot consider that. So again, if there is a candlestick pattern, it should be like a same candlestick pattern at least for 80%. Next, MACD bullish crossover should happen. May or may not. It is not mandatory. In simple way, what I'll tell you is, you can also skip watching MACD, but it should be there in the chart. But it should be there in the chart. Do not delete the indicator at all, completely. Right? It should be there. If it is not favorable, that's fine. But it should not give that particular place, it should not generate a sell signal. You are supposed to buy that particular place, it should not generate a sell signal. So even if it is not favorable, that's fine. It should not start a opposite trend from that particular place. Next, RSI crossover. RSI should cross above 40 from below. RSI even from 35 can be considered. Sometimes what happens, when you see a trend like this, you will get a RSI of 20, 22 and all. So that and all we should not consider. In this trade setup, we should not consider. We have one more trade setup with where we will be seeing in the next 5 minutes. Okay. So next. So this is for intraday. Don't see this now. As of now, don't see this. You will get confused. We'll see that later. Make sure there is no resistance or good amount of room to raise. That means when you make an entry, just a minute, I'll go with the previous examples. RSI 15 is not considered, sir. No, it's not considered. So you can see this particular place, just a minute. You can see this particular place. We can consider this is complete downtrend, and you can see this is a pakka hammer, and you can see we are supposed to make an entry at this particular place with a stop loss of this, right? But can we make an entry at this place? We should not enter. Why? Because immediately we can see there is a pivot acting as a resistance. So don't enter here. You are supposed to enter above the pivot. Above the pivot, you can make your entry. And in case if you make your entry here, your stop loss will become till this place. So next, immediately go and review whether risk and reward is favorable. That means it's not only based on entry, your stop loss should not be more than 5%, right? Your stop loss should not be more than 5%. So let's see. 68.14, 64. It is more than It is more than 7%. So we have to avoid the trade. In case if you are making an entry here, then your target is limited. You can see here 72, 68, 72. Only 4 rupees is your target. You can see this particular place, and you can see many places. Technicals are perfectly followed by the stocks. You can see this particular place, 50 SMA is acting as a resistance, and again the stock reversed. Clear? So it's a trade from bottom. Okay, let's consider even this. It is a very good trade. You can see. You can see this particular place. There is a complete downtrend. Yes, met. It's a signal candle, and you can make your entry above this pivot. Above this pivot, you can make an entry because pivot will act as a resistance. Next, one more you can see exclusions. Exclusions in the sense, if your stop loss is very minimal, if your stop loss is only 1.5%, 2%, you can also take a chance of entering below the pivot also. Again, there is all situations. There will be all situations. Every time it will not be 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Every time it will not be 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. It will be in different ratios, but we need the results. Are we clear? Every time it will not be same formula, same max will not be there, but we need results. 61.41, 59.5. That means my stop loss is less than 2%. This is the place my stop loss is less than 2%. Less than 2%. Let's see what is the RSI. It is above 30. It is above 30, 32. My RSI is 30, not even 32. Let us check. RSI is 36, sir. We can take 30. No, it is 30 only, right? It is 30. So, but now what I'll do is my risk is only 2%. So this is the place I want to take a chance. Exclusions. So many are asking what is the exclusions. So see this particular crash. It's a beautiful crash of stock around 50%, not even 50%, 80% the stock is crashed. I want to trade this kind of stock on a delivery trade, so I can take, but here the God is only stop loss, because if this trade fails, this stock will crash another 20%. Are we clear? We should not get attracted only by the stop loss, but we also should follow the stop loss very importantly. Okay, we need to check the resistance on pivot with the SMA. Yes, we have to check the resistance. You can see here. Now, as we discussed, 10 SMA will not act as a resistance. 10 SMA will not act as a resistance. So next, let us see some other stock. 69.96, 69.68, 20 paisa. We can also consider this as a tweezer bottom. Okay, it is a general we have seen, sir. We have seen. What is the use of 10 SMA? I'll come, sir. Why everyone is asking the question which I have not thought? Let's go with the phase. I'm going to teach you, right? So coming back, we can consider this as a tweezer bottom. It is actually not, but 80% it is matching. 85% it is not matching, but 80% it is matching. Why I am considering this? Because bottom there is a pivot to support, and the crash is beautiful. Clear? You can make an entry above this, keep a stop loss just below the tweezer bottom, and enter the trade. We can consider it's a piercing should happen from below. Piercing pattern should happen from below. It should start from here and it should end like this. This is called as piercing pattern. So it is not piercing. Okay. So when we adjust the candlestick pattern 5%, there should be a supporting indicator should be there. Okay. So coming back, let's see some other stock. Okay, coming back, let's see. Hold your questions, sir. Hold your questions. I'll come back. We are learning trade from bottom. Let me remind you, we are learning trade from bottom. Okay, let's take this. You can see this particular chart. It's a daily chart. Everything is a daily chart. In case my time is changing, someone should remind me. So you can see this. This is the signal candle. Okay, signal candle doji. We can consider as a doji. Okay, and my entry is happening here. My entry is happening here. My stop loss is here. I can see there is a good amount of 5% downtrend. So let me arrive the stop loss. I am making an entry here only because there is a pivot acting as a resistance. But let me see here, 453, 453 and 440, 3% stop loss. See where I am repeating, wherever on a delivery trade, I am repeating here clearly, wherever on a delivery trades, if you are getting a stop loss of 2 to 3%, don't miss that. Wherever you are getting a delivery trade, a perfect trade of 2 to 3% stop loss, don't miss that to make an entry. Very importantly, honor the stop loss. It's very, very important. If the 2 to 3% is broken, it will give you another 10 to 20% downside crash, which we have seen out of our previous experience. Are we clear? Does anyone feel that 2 to 3% stop loss for a delivery trade, is that good? You go and get any multi-bagger call. You go and get any multi-bagger call, any news analyst research, you check it. No trades will be less than 10 to 15% stop loss. But we are having a stop loss of 2 to 3%. So it's like we should not miss that. I'm repeating again. Whenever you see a delivery trade with a stop loss of 2 to 3%, don't miss it. It's a very good risk ratio. It's a very good risk ratio where comparatively anyone who gives delivery calls in this world, the stop loss will not be less than 10% or even 5%. See, we ourselves tell us 5%. When the stop loss is less than 50% on that, it's a good trade. We should not miss that. So again, you see a reversal. Down, up. Exactly, it is matching. So from entry, that is 450, it is giving 30 points. 30 points in the sense almost like 7% in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th day, we have got 7%. What else you want? Again, from trade from bottom, if the stock is going to give profit, one more hint, if the stock is going to give profit after your entry, it will give profit in the next 10 days. 10 days is the maximum waiting period. Say like for example, you bought a stock at 400, 10th day the stock is only at 404. Exit the trade because that has become a dead stock. It has lost the traction. It has lost the traction. So you can, these are the many ways to analyze the entries. You'll develop good skills while doing the practice. You can see here, we can make an entry here, stop loss. So it's a primary observation. Next, see the RSI. RSI is, just a minute, let me mark it. Oh, yeah, RSI is not changing. RSI is now 25 only. So this is where we are getting a hit. So RSI is now 25 only. Just a minute. Now we have to ignore the call. No, RSI we have to see here. Sorry, last time also I did the same mistake. I'm extremely sorry. We are supposed to see the RSI on the day of entry. I think last time also I did the same mistake. RSI also we have to see only at the day of entry. At the day of entry, see the RSI is around 40. Okay, so that is what somebody confused me by seeing the volume in the signal candle day. So that is where I got confused. Okay. So when you start making entries like this, your stop loss will be very less, your target will be good, and you can have a very good risk and reward ratio. Don't miss a trade which is coming with 2 to 3% of stop loss. It is a very good stop loss ratio. What if after taking entry the next day stop opens gap down? Okay, what we will do? You made an entry here. You made an entry here. The stock is opening next day, it is opening here. What you will do? You tell me, Vijay. Very simple. Exit. We have to book loss. That is the uncertainty. We don't have no speech at all. No more discussion. That is the end of discussion. We made an entry here. We closed here. But next day there is a news. Stop loss will not hit. Stop loss will not hit. Stop loss is here. The stock opened here. It will try to go down further only. Very simple. No more discussion. We have to close. That's all. Next. Just I missed the last few lines. 400 to 404. I'm not sure, Satish. Okay. So if there is a gap up, you can book profit. Katla power, I'll come, sir. That is coming around a different strategy. Okay. So it is called a trade from bottom. We have to consult. So it's like for doing a surgery, we have to consult anesthesia and the different departments of doctor. So before doing a surgery, we will get a consultation. Same like that. For trading in trade from bottom, we have to see whether there is a minimum downtrend of 5%. That is in the last 10 to 15 days, it is mandatory. A bullish reversal candlestick should be there. It can be a doji, pin bar, tweezer bottom, bullish engulfing. Anything is good. Wherever the stop loss is less, it's a mandatory. MACD bullish crossover, not mandatory. May or may not happen. RSI should between 35 and above. Make sure there is good amount of room to raise. That means, as we discussed, if we are taking a stop loss of 3%, the next resistance from our entry should be at least 6%. That is 1:2 risk reward ratio. The moment you are entering with 3% stop loss, you are entering here, immediately there should not be a resistance. There is no point. Okay. So next. Support from pivot also can be considered. So now let's assume that there is no proper pattern. There is no proper pattern. So say like assume just a minute. Okay. This has more weightage. You can see it is not exactly hammer because it is not exactly hammer. You can see here, we can see a visible tail. We can see a visible tail on the top. Exclusion. We can see a visible tail on the top. As per candlestick, this is matching only 70%. That is, this particular candle is matching only 7%. It is rejected, but we can consider this based on there is a pivot on the bottom as a support. Are we clear? So inclusions, exclusions is equal to situations. So it will be like initially, if you didn't practice, it will be you'll just lose the momentum. How will screens cut such stocks? I'll come. Okay. So these are all the parameters. So this is trade from bottom. RSI consideration about 35 for trading, not for day signal candle. Sir, it is only for delivery trading, sir. Whatever we are discussing, only for delivery trading. 3 to 15 days holding period. It is for 3 to 15 days holding period, not for intraday. If you take this kind of trade for intraday, you lose your capital very fast, because here the stop loss is going to be 5%, and if you do in intraday, you will be getting 1.5–2%. my last example have red volume. Let's see. Okay. Always I am telling, this is where I told you, Vignesh, don't get confused. Don't confuse me. This is the signal candle. We are supposed to make an entry this particular day. Here it is a green volume. Why you are seeing the volume candle at this particular day? That is wrong. The same mistake I did, seeing the RSI at this particular place. That is wrong. We should see the RSI when you make an entry on that particular day. Here only you are supposed to make an analysis on this particular day. Yes, you will see all those things here, but while before making an entry, you have to see the RSI. If you see this EOD, market will move. If you see this on EOD, market will move. This particular day, when we select the stock, the RSI will be in 28, 29 only. So when we make an entry, it will come into 35. Clear? So now, do we have a screener for this? I'll come to next trade setup. Yes, wait, we'll complete that also. You can see there is a trading screener, trade from bottom. Okay, trade from bottom. So this is like almost we have done sufficient. You can see many things we have added. So if someone can able to finalize, still more filter the stocks, it will be still more modify the screener, it will be good. So you can see here RSI, here it is, let me take it as 30, even 28 we can take. Okay, so now greater than equal. So now as of now there is no stocks because market already bounced from the previous low. Latest close greater than 50, weekly low less than 1 week low. Okay, these all are in the. So let us run the scan. I have modified RSI alone. So still there is no stocks. So that means as per the criteria, matching all these criteria in the first 5 points, the first 5 to 6 points, there is no ready-made stocks. But still we can screen the stocks. This is the screener for screening the charts for RSI. Tech Mahindra. Sir, Arun, please hold Arun. That is different stock, different setup, Arun. We are not understanding. So now does this particular stock fit into any criteria? It does not fit into any criteria. You can see here it is an RSI 40, but we can say there is no downtrend. You can see 582, 524. Yes, 5% is there, but still there is no reversal pattern. So the screening with this particular screener will happen so easily, but there is no stock. AU Bank. AU Bank, what is the, can we make an entry here? Tell me. Now only RSI is 38. But did the stock move from the bottom to the next level, right? So we cannot make an entry here. It's already moved. The movement is done. See, it's like the flight or bus is already gone. Don't try to, it's not all possible to catch the flight which is already gone. It's in the air. That's all. If you try to enter, this is right. Don't jump on the price. If you try to jump in this, you'll end up with big losses. Okay, so like this, you can scan, you can screen the stocks with RSI, and you can check the other parameters. It's not, since RSI is giving, okay, it's not done. You should see the other parameters also. See, now see here, this particular place we are getting like a hammer, but it is not a hammer. Number two, you can see the stock liquidity is very bad. Okay. I'll explain, sir. I'll explain. L&T, no. L&T, what is the purpose? There is nothing to do with L&T. What is stock liquidity volume? Okay, so you can do this kind of, see now what you can do is you can perfectly find a trade from bottom. You can find a trade from bottom and you can post in the group and others verify that. Are we clear? Identify the stocks which is exactly as per trade from bottom and others verify that. You can tell whether it is right or not. Wrong. No, it is wrong. What is the purpose of this stock? Shanmuka, I'll explain, Shanmuka, why you are repeating the same question. It will come in the other trade setup. I'll explain. That's fine. Okay, so coming back, so it should be like this particular place. It can be like this. It should be at the end of the trend. It should be at the end of the trend. Charting link is available. Charting link is available in the Excel sheet. Okay, hold all your questions. I'll come. Okay, now we are going to learn same trade from bottom. Okay, trade from bottom without the candlestick pattern. So let me tell you what. No, it's a very small thing. Let's understand this. See, now it's a trade from bottom. Okay, it's a trade from bottom. So just understand. Everyone was asking how can bank given, how lemon tree is given. So let me explain it. See, it's a trade from bottom only, but there will not be any reversal pattern. It does not belong to this setup. Remember this clearly. It is whatever the calls has been given, it is not belonging to this setup. We are violating this area and we are making an early entry to take the complete benefit of the momentum. So coming back, you can see here what we learned in trade from bottom is there should be a reversal, and there should be a candlestick pattern, and there should be a fall more than 5%, and there should be a candlestick pattern, and we will make an entry. Is that right? Any doubt in this particular theory which we have learned trade from bottom? Anyone is having doubt? And also we will see RSI MACD. No doubt, right? So far, till the last 5 minutes, we were learning about this only. So now, what we are going to learn is after the fall, there should be a fall, and there should be a flat momentum. But that particular candle should be the end of the trend. Like this. See here, these all are the candles of the end of the trend. So it cannot be like this. Now you can't make an entry here. If you make an entry here, that is wrong. Okay. So when the candle leaves 10 SMA, see this particular place clearly. There is a complete flat momentum. Just a minute, let me take my marker. There is a complete flat momentum and it will touch 10 SMA. We should not enter. It will touch 10 SMA. We should not enter. It will try to close above 10 SMA. Still, we should not enter. Even here, we should not enter. We should enter when the candle starts without touching 10 SMA we can enter after 10 o'clock itself and keep this stop loss at the day's low. Or you can keep a stop loss if it is very small. If it is less than 0.5% or 1%, then you can keep a stop loss just below the 10 SMA candle. Clear? So let me take one more example. Is Lemon Tree stop loss hit today? Is that so? Or it is a profit call? Profit. Okay. You can see here. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I got answers. There is a complete downtrend. There is a complete downtrend. And there is a flat momentum. And the candle started above the 10 SMA. If you see this clearly, the candle started above 10 SMA. It's a doji, right? It's a doji. No need to see RSI, no need to see MACD, but candle should be in green, volume should be in green. Okay. You can see here. I don't understand. It's a green candle. Okay. It opened about an SMA, right? Yes, it should be like this. It opened about an SMA, and if it is going like this, it should open like this. Okay. Theoretically, let's understand. There should be a flat momentum. All the candles should be small, 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 small. And if it is opening above 10 SMA without touching the 10 SMA line, you can buy. No candlestick pattern, nothing is required. It should be a green candle. It should be a daily green candle. It's very difficult to find these kind of stocks with screeners. What you have to do is, you have to identify the stock which is not reversing on a daily basis, and you should keep it in the watch list. I'm repeating, there is no screeners. You have to start identifying the stocks which is making a flat downtrend. Say, like, for example, I am looking for a reversal. I am looking for a reversal in Canara Bank for a long time. It is not happening. So what I'll do is, every day morning I'll check. Every day morning I'll check whether it has left 10 SMA and can I make an entry. See here, this is not a proper signal candle. So there is no entry at this particular place. I am waiting. It started moving above this. I am making an entry. Sorry, it's not a Can Bank, it's Indian Bank, right? See this place clearly. It has opened just above the 10 SMA and it started moving up. So the call might have given. See, beautifully it is giving reversal. S Bank made the reversal today. S Bank, I don't consider. Let me check S Bank whether it comes into this criteria. Yes, S Bank also has came into this criteria. See here, exactly it has left 10 SMA. Even if you see yesterday itself it has done. This is the place to make an entry. See, don't take Vodafone and all. Don't take a stock which is like 2 rupees, 3 rupees. Please, it's my humble request. Okay, don't take a stock worth of 2 rupees, 3 rupees. Yes, it started here, madam. Endurance, it started here, right? Don't take. It should go above. It should be a green candle. It should not be a red candle. Say, I'm explaining one more time. It's a trade from bottom only. But we will not see RSI. We will not see candlestick pattern. Okay, please don't give any suggestions. You can discuss in team with the different scripts. Listen this carefully. Stock is completely in downtrend. And it is not reversing. Slowly it will touch 10 SMA and again it will start bounce. It will bounce down. And after that, the moment it starts moving above 10 SMA, you can take a position when you see a green candle. If you see this particularly, if you see this Indian Bank particularly, you got an entry here itself, but did not sustain after 10 o'clock even. Did not sustain after 10 o'clock even. Maybe we can tell like we have got an entry open is here, right? We might have got an entry here itself. That is 3-4 days back itself, we might have got an entry with a stop loss of just below the 10 SMA line. See 47, and when you keep 45 stop loss, that's fine. But if you take this particular places, stop loss is hit. But when you take 10 SMA as a stop loss is not hit. So what should be the target? Target can be minimum 5 to 15%. Target can be minimum 5 to 15%. That's what I told. You might have entered here itself. Yeah. Indian Bank flight is gone, sir. It has given big movement. Stop loss just below the same day candle low. If you might have entered here, itself, you can keep a stop loss just below the SMA. If you are entering here, say like if you are entering late, then you can keep the candle low as a stop loss. Again, maximum should be 5%. Yeah, Indian Bank first pivot is done. It's on resistance. So here only 10 SMA roll is coming. Are we clear? So now we have learned trade from bottom, trade from bottom and trade from bottom version 1. So we have learned two things. See, it's very, very simple. You should find a stock which is completely bottom out and identify the stock where the stop loss is very, very less, which is in between ideally 2 to 3%, and trade only on those particular delivery calls. This is how we post call in public channel. 10 SMA roll is here, and also it will come in different places. Thank you, Mehul. So everyone can do this. It's not a big miracle or nothing. It's like very simple, very simply we can do. But the thing is like you should, that 10 to 10:30 time is very crucial in the market hours, morning. 10 to 10:30 time is very crucial hours, and you can start searching the stocks. See, basically a small ground work is required. When you see a stock like this, don't just ignore. Keep in pipeline. So you can make an entry when it crosses 10 SMA. The stop loss will be very, very less. RSI is not required. Nothing is required, sir. Stop loss. It should be a green candle, and RSI should be. No, RSI is not required. It should be a green candle. That is sufficient. PNBS. Now we can make an entry. That is today we might have made an entry today. 32.4. Stop loss will be 31. That's all. See, now if it is going failure, how much you are going to lose? Very less amount, right? Screener is not there, sir. See, now how someone screened PNB? Catch hold of them. See, now if you search a stock of RSI, okay, if you do the screeners in RSI, see, you got it. So Nifty movement, Nifty is settled on the pivot. Maybe we can expect 2-3 days sideways momentum, and we can expect an uptrend. So thanks a lot, everyone. So pick a stock exactly like this and start posting in the channel so that everyone can easily understand with examples. Okay. So let's meet tomorrow evening, in the clarification with more details. So I believe everyone is clear, right? So it's a very beautiful method. For your investment, you are ready to go. For your investment trading, power of compounding, you are ready to go. Monthly 5% is not a problem at all. Now you tell me, is it possible to make a profit in monthly 5%? I am taking clarification sessions, sir, every day. It is very simple. Okay. So thank you. Good night. We'll see tomorrow.